Loud. Sorry. For commenting. But I like that song. Oh my god, it's time! Greetings, Earthlings! Right, there it goes. It finally went away. Ha ha! How are you doing? Greetings. It is Monday, isn't it? Woo! And, yes, Robin noticed I replaced the blue lights. Well, I didn't actually replace the blue lights. They're still there. But now this is the joy of creating LED lights and fun stuff with cameras. Because that's actually green. And if you were in my room, you would go, holy cow, that's green. But it doesn't really look green, does it? That's blue. So there's the blue. The blue is back. Yay. For those of you who don't know me, which is, I know, shocking, some of you do. Some of you do. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over there. I am PlanetMitch from giveawayrocket.com, and we are here to grow your business. That's what I do. We call it lead generation, Why is that in the wrong spot? Don't you hate it when that happens? It's in the wrong spot. It moved! Dang it. I gotta do that again. And I am going to... See, it's still not in the right spot. It's supposed to be like down there. Greetings, greetings. Lenny says looks much better. Gee, starting out really well. Can you guys hear me okay? You should be able to. Lenny, I'm laughing because that's like, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours worth of work. It took forever. And I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to turn on the fancy DIY thing. So what's happening is that middle row where the shells are, the seashells, you'll see that it starts coloring differently. You wouldn't believe how long it took to get that to work right, and how hard that is to set up in an environment like this. It's just because you got to have all these connectors and stuff. See, there it goes. That middle shelf seems to go on have a mind of its own when it's on this setting. And I'm using an app. Can't really see that. You know how bright they are. Using an app to change the colors. But on this particular setting, that middle shelf decides that it wants to be different than all the rest. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it makes it look really unique as opposed to being, I don't know. Stream jitters. Robin says stream jitters. Are you having trouble? Am I having trouble? I don't see any jitters, but maybe I am. Just never know. Alright, so let's move on. Quit talking about my lights. See, that looks okay. The red looks okay. Depends upon which see, but then it goes different. See, I think the green's not working on that row. I think that's the green problem. I think that's what that is. So there, red, green, blue. I think the problem is it's just not, the green isn't working right. Anyway, let's move on. Shall we move on? You've been babbling long enough. All right. So everybody knows, right? Everybody knows the reason why we're here is to build your list. Why on God's green earth would you want to build your list? Well, my good friend. Okay, he's not my good friend. He's never even seen me face to face. Pete Vargas says, in order to connect with people, you have to collect their information. Interestingly enough, this morning I was just going back in, and I have a couple of old websites. There's actually a PlanetMitch.com, for example. And I created it like in 2015, 2014, I don't know, way the heck back there. And it dawned on me that, well, okay, so here's what's happening. I go into my email, and I'm getting a whole bunch of spam emails through the contact page on my PlanetMitch.com site. Yeah, spam junk. So people are have robots that are going into my contact page and filling out the form and sending me, porn stuff and junk and spam. And it's interesting because it's like appearing every hour on the hour. So I'm like, I gotta turn this off. So I went in and I actually just took the easy route and deleted the contact me page because I don't think anybody's ever contacted me with that. But I went in and I went and turned off the contact me page, and I realized that I'm not tracking the traffic on that page. And we all talk about traffic a lot. And in talking about this Connect with Me, I've preached about it, and the more I think about it, the more I realize what a poor job I'm doing, because there is traffic coming to that website. And not a whole lot of traffic. It must be getting Google traffic or people searching on PlanetMitch, and they're getting there. And I haven't updated it really since 2016 or something. I'm gonna switch over to my stats program, which you can't see obviously. And I'm just curious, as I'm talking about it, if I switch over to, is that it? No, that's not it. The problem is I got Windows covering Windows. No, that's not it either. That's my Searchy Pro site. This is the one. So I was just curious to see if anybody's actually hitting PlanetMitch.com right now, just to see what was there, since I was talking about PlanetMitch.com and it's not. So I have a traffic tool that I have now installed on PlanetMitch.com so that I can see what the traffic is going into that site. But then the next step is to, of course, do what? Find a way for them to connect with me. And what better way to connect with me than to run a contest, right? All right. So if you're not collecting information like Mitch, if you're being a Mitch and not collecting information, then you got a problem. If you can't connect to those people, then you cannot get back to them and find out why they came to your page and whether they want to know more about you, etc. So you got to have a way of collecting information. The first way that people usually collect information is to put a pop-up that says, hey, sign up for my newsletter. And people don't even know you yet. Lenny asks, what tool am I using to track your traffic? I smile because I bought this tool a long time ago, and I've been paying for it monthly, and I don't use it often enough. When I was running planet5d.com, which got all the way up into the top 50,000 websites on the planet, by the way, when I was running that site, I wanted to keep track of traffic and to see what pages people were going to and all that kind of stuff. So I started installing traffic tools. And of course, Google Analytics is a key tool to all of that. But I also didn't like Google Analytics in the slightest, because it's a pain in the butt to set up and to look at and to monitor. And so I used a couple of different tools, and I eventually ended up just settling on Go Squared because it's really easy to set up. And it wasn't too expensive at the time. I can't even remember the tool that I was using before that. And we're kind of off topic, but traffic is what we're talking about. And that's kind of what changed my world. When I was running this website called Planet5D back in the day, I had just started into the world of websites and blogs and all that kind of other stuff. And because of that, when you're running a website, you kind of have to figure out whether or not it's working, right? You have to do some analytics. You have to look at yes, Lenny, Go Squared. It's GoSquared.com. You have to... So nobody's hit PlanetMitch.com while we've been talking. What's wrong with you people? I just wanted to be able to see you pop up. All right. So you want to see... How about I do this? I'll switch to the old-fashioned full screen, and I'll go to Go Squared, and I'll open it. So this is GoSquared.com. I like this a lot. You can customize all the stuff that's showing up here. I have not customized this yet. Hi, AJ. But if somebody would go to PlanetMitch.com right now. Come on, somebody do it. There's one. Look, I popped in. Somebody popped in. And I can see that you are in, let's see, details. Lawrenceville, Georgia. Running on Chrome, running on Windows 10. Coming in through Comcast. Do you see that over here on the far right? Page views, 1. You've only looked at one page. Only visited one time. So tools like Go Squared do this really good job. And you see down here on the map, you can see who's on the map. And it's really cool because I actually have it set up where I can look at like Giveaway Rocket. And I have set up for, and nobody's on there right now. But of course you can do, this is who's live now. Oh, shit. Pardon me. I'm sorry. Thank you for popping in and finally saying something. God, why I switched it. I thought I switched it. Nah. So let me go back to PlanetMitch. I even have this monitor over here where I can see what I'm showing out there on the planet. So now there's 2 of you. So if I click over here, I can see details. Memphis. That's AJ. Hi, AJ's on my website called PlanetMitch.com. So I can see details, and you could see this in Google Analytics. You can. But you also don't get to see it visually. I liked Go Squared and the other tools because it's a lot more visual. And of course, if I do trends, now I just set this up, so I don't have a whole lot of trends, but you can see, if you set up the week, if you pay more, you can see the month and the year. I'm currently, when I first started using this, the month and the year were part of the package. Now they've upgraded, they've changed the package. But you can visually see what pages people have gone to see and all that kind of stuff. And so what I'm trying to talk about is about traffic and about analyzing the data that's coming into you. And most of us create a campaign and we just hope and pray that somebody comes and visits. Now, what I really wanted to talk about in a nutshell is not traffic tools like this. I just happened to be doing this morning because I got distracted. Frankly, I was distracted looking at stuff. Man, that becomes really bright, doesn't it? When I have all these monitors up and running and they're all on white screens. But as AJ, who is in my Movers Mastermind, learned this past week, if you're not looking at the data and if you don't spend the time to learn how to look at the data, then you don't have the ability to really customize what you're doing. You've got to be going in and looking at the data. All right, I'm going to open upViral because what I really, really want you to do. So in AJ's case, as an example, AJ was just running a campaign. And inside AJ's campaign, and I don't have access to AJ's data, but we're just going to look at one of mine. We're going to go over to my dashboard. So we're inside of upViral. You could see it now. I can see that you can see it because I'm actually looking at the dang monitor to monitor what's going on. So let's look at this one, for example. So here we're finally getting to the tip of the day, is to look at your data, right? And AJ, who's again in my Movers Mastermind, who just got over 1,200 leads in his first campaign with us in the Movers Mastermind and was jumping up and down excited about getting 1,200 leads. What we did was we looked at the data to find out what was actually going on. Now, most people just come in here and they look at this number right here. Number of leads. AJ said when we first started looking at the data, he says, well, I think at the time it was 250, maybe 300 leads. He says, I got 300 leads. I said, yes, but what about those leads? What's the conversion rate? Are people bouncing? Are people paying attention? Are they signing up? Oh, I don't know. And most people don't know. And this is what separates you and me and my movers from the rest of the planet. Don't just look at that 21 number. Don't just look at this overall number and direct visitors and go, well, that's great. It even happened this weekend when somebody posted in the upViral group. He said, well, here's my stats for my campaign. I got 450 leads. And the direct visitors number was like 200. And I finally got somebody to ask, why are there 200 visits and 450 leads? How did that happen? And I have to say, well, look, it's because finally somebody's paying attention to the numbers. Most people, again, just go and look at this leads number. And that's all they do. They look at that and they walk away and they go, oh, I got 21 leads. And AJ will tell you, the Movers Mastermind, we're diving deep into the data. And by the way, I got two people yesterday signed up for the Movers Mastermind, and one more that I'm going to talk to today. So my Movers Mastermind is filling up fast. If you don't get in now, you may miss out on the dirt cheapest rates on the planet. Now, for those of you who are in upViral land, you also know that this data is not very good right now. The way they have the reports built is... It was much better before they updated this, and they know it, and they are working on a new version of the statistics, and I have seen it, and it is so much better. I just don't know when they're going to implement it. But the data, some of the data is here. Now, you can see in this lower right-hand corner, and you could see when AJ and I looked at this in the Movers Mastermind for his campaign, I instantly went to this number right here. This is the golden number for upViral. Number of referred leads. Now, I'm not expecting referred leads in this campaign because I'm not asking people to refer. In this particular campaign, I'm not expecting any miracles to happen there. But if you're looking at your campaign, I want you to look at this number first. First and foremost, referred leads. Those are the absolute gold for you. Those are the ones that came to you via referrals, meaning other than any prizes you're offering or incentives, these people came to you at no cost. And this is the number you want to be really big. This is the one I want you focusing on. If you don't focus on anything else, focus on this. And what we discovered when we were looking at AJ's data, and if you looked at the campaign that was posted in the upViral group this weekend, what you see is that you can a little bit of math behind the scenes, which is going to be done for you in the new reports. What you can see is that the conversion rate, or what I like to call the referred ratio, or the referral ratio, in AJ's case, when we first looked at it, was like 3.5. And what that means is that for every person AJ brought in on the front of his campaign, those people referred 3.5 other people. Now, if this isn't lighting you up, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't mean that in a mean and cruel way. But this, I mean, if you think about it, if you really sit down and think about it, the fact that you've got a lead on the front end, the direct leads, you might jump up and down if you got 100 direct leads. But if those direct leads, whether they came from your advertising or your existing email list or whatever, but if those 100 leads referred 350 other people to your campaign, would you freaking freak out? What if they just simply referred 100 new leads? I can imagine people would be jumping up and down when they really think about it. But as most people, when they look at their campaign, all they look at is this number up here, right? The number of leads. And just looking at that one statistic of referred leads and what that ratio is can blow your mind. And that's not even diving into any of the other statistics. Now, that one statistic can also depress the kajibers out of you, right? I mean, if in my case, what's my referral ratio right now? It's like 0. There are no referred leads, so I have no referred ratio. If this number over here was 21, then that would be 1 for 1. Does that make sense? If it was 42, then that means I'm getting 2 referred leads for every 1 person that came in. Look at this number in your campaign. If you look at nothing else, look at this one and then think about what the impact is. Is your campaign working? Are you making good use of your campaign? Is it drawing people in the first place? Are people referring other people in the second place? And when those referred people come in, are they converting? And you can see all of that in here if you spend the time to look. And that's what we do by our Movers Mastermind. I think we probably spent an hour that first day looking at AJ's statistics to see what was going on in his campaign and analyzing what's going on. And if you're not looking at this stuff, then you are, in my book, doing it wrong because you are not trying to improve. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be mean and cruel here. I want you to think about this stuff. I want you to grow. I want you to look at the data so that you can improve what you're doing. And if you're not improving, then why are you using upViral? Stephen says, and this is a very good point. Let me drag it up just a hair. My DigitalOcean VPS websites get scanned by hundreds of bots all over the world every day, rotating IPs with a firewall, bad bot, blocker, mod security, etc. I don't trust visitor counts. I can understand that, Stephen. But I will also tell you that upViral does a fairly decent job of blocking that stuff out. And the reason I know that is that I watch this stuff. Right? And even tools like Go Squared. Let me get rid of your comment, no offense. Hide comment. Even something like Go Squared does a darn good job of hiding bots from my experience. The key here, and this is one of the ways I can tell you I can trust upViral statistics, except for visitor counts, is that I watch these campaigns. I watch them like a hawk, apparently like Steven does, because I want to know whether the stats are right or not. Now, I can tell you, and my movers know this, the visit counts are inflated in upViral. There are visits that get counted that shouldn't be counted, and they're aware of it, and they're working on it. Often what you will see is when you calculate your conversion ratios, and don't look at this stuff that's on the screen. This number is often inflated, but it's not inflated by bots that are crazy. It's inflated by Facebook hits that aren't real. But again, Stephen, I watch these things. When I launch a campaign, I watch these numbers very closely because I want to know what that conversion rate is. So I don't always go based on the conversion rate, because you are right that this visitor count is often inflated. But this direct leads and referred leads, I can guarantee you those numbers are right. And if you're looking at that ratio, that's just a simple calculation. It's not affected by visits. And therefore, you are looking at much better data when you're looking at these kinds of numbers, as opposed to the visits, which is over here. But if you're not paying attention to something like Google Analytics or Go Squared or some other tool, you're not even aware that there could be a possibility that those things are wrong. Right? So that's my tip of the week, is to look at your data. It seems simple. It's not really that hard. But you need to be looking at the data, and you need to learn how to use the data and analyze the data to see what's going on in the planet. If you're not looking at the results, you can't tell whether or not you ran a good campaign. Please don't just look at the metrics of how many leads I got. I'm always fiddling with this shirt. I like this shirt, but anyway. So you have any questions? Have I emphasized enough the value of looking at your data? I keep talking about the Movers Mastermind. If you want to know more about the Movers Mastermind, you can go to giveawayrocket.com/join to learn more about what is in the program. And when my screen decides to flip over, I will give you a brief outline of what's in the Movers Mastermind. And that is, we are doing Q&As weekly, and we're actually doing two, Tuesday and Friday. And you get to come in and ask me as many questions as you want. I got to learn how to get rid of that comment. Sorry, Lenny. I log top refers every day and get a list of the top 1,000. Lots of search and people testing ports. Best equals leads plus refers. I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Best equals, what is the best ratio? The best ratio is through the moon. At one point, AJ was getting 8.8 referrals per lead, but the last email that he sent out had a lot of people that signed up directly, so his referral ratio dropped back down to 3.3, I think was his final number-ish. That's insane. It is insanely good. And I've got to reformat this so that it all fits. Inside the group, we are doing Q&As. We're doing discussion group, although most of the discussion happens on the Q&As. We do campaign reviews. There is a campaign starter kit that I will give you when you sign up. You get to know the first stuff. You get the first access to what I'm doing. And what I like to say is that you're launching your campaign with a 3-year head start on your own experience. When you join us, and I just bit my tongue, sorry. When you join us, I mean, imagine AJ leapfrogging 3 years ahead of where he would if he ran campaigns on a regular basis and had nobody mentoring him. It would take him, what I would like to think, is about 3 years to get to the point where I think he's jumping in right now. Now, we just built the first campaign. AJ's going to build more campaigns. He's not done. He's not wiping his hands and saying we're done. He is going to build another campaign. All of our movers are going to be building campaigns on a regular basis. May not be monthly, but I am going to push people to continue building your list. Not only that, as a last bonus, you get 50% off of everything else that I do, like consulting. If you want to do direct consulting with me, you get 50% off on everything else. Useful stats to keep an eye on daily, Steven said. Absolutely. The referral ratio, I actually have a spreadsheet. And unfortunately, it's Mac only. My movers will be getting this, but we're not using it on the first campaigns because I don't want to confuse people. I am taking people through a set of learning lessons when you start your first campaign. And I don't want you to know, by the way, we have, and Mickey, you were on here earlier. If you're still here, Mickey, I want to talk to you. I want to know why you're not showing up and where you are in your status of your campaigns. Please. I want to know, you haven't told me where you are lately. I want to know how I can help you. But the people that are showing up, we have 3 campaigns running right now. Well, AJ's just finished, so we can't really count that anymore. But AJ got his first campaign done. Brent is running his campaign. Last night, Jason launched his first campaign, which is only going to run for 7 days. And Howard and Pilar are going to launch theirs, I think, fairly soon. But we haven't even looked at that yet. So Howard and Pilar, we need to chat as well, because you guys are asking questions that are like, okay, how do I do this and this? But I haven't even seen your campaign yet. And I know I'm scaring the kajibras out of some people because I beat some people up a little bit about what they're doing, but it's all in love. It's all in love. What's AJ's next move, Lenny asked. AJ is going to run another campaign. We have yet to talk about it. It will be similar, I think, to the one that he just created. But we are going to put a little bit more steroids on it now that we've seen some data. One of the things I want you to know, by the way, in AJ's case, the direct leads, the people that were coming in directly, only converted at 10%. If you are looking at your data purely as data, compared to what other contests and giveaways are doing, and you looked at that, and we talked about it at great length. It was originally 7% when we first looked at it. AJ is like, oh my gosh, it's 7%. Why is it so low? And we talked about it. And we talked and we talked and we talked. And we decided that was a good number. but we understood why it was a good number based on what was happening in his campaign. And if you don't sit down and analyze this data and you just flash at it and look at a specific number without context and you say, oh, this campaign is converting at 7%, it ended up at 10% on the direct side, then that sucks, right? I've seen campaigns that do 30 and 40% conversion rate on the front end. But this was okay. We understood why it was okay. And I'm not going to go into the details because that's not important here. But once you know what's going on and understand the source of the traffic and what's converting and what's not converting, then you can craft a better campaign the next time, which is what I'm trying to answer Lenny's question. We're going to sit down and we're going to look at the data, the final data, in more detail to see what worked and what didn't work. We already know kind of what worked and what didn't, but let's look at it again. That's what we do in the Movers Mastermind. And if you're watching this and you are trying to build your business and you're struggling, this is a great way to get it done. AJ added 1,200 leads to his campaign, through his campaign. Now, 270 of those were direct, and they were probably people already on his own list. So 950. Imagine 950 new leads in your business. If we go look at the numbers, what's the value of a targeted lead? The marketing industry will tell you that the value of a direct lead is approximately $1 per lead per month. So AJ spent, I don't know, $700 on prizes, $750 I think on prizes. He got 950 new people. So in his first month, theoretically, with sales and nurturing and doing the proper stuff, he should make his money back in the first month. But now he's got those people on his list, highly motivated, raving fans for his product, and he's going to move forwards every month. He should make another $950 a month. So over the span of the next 11 months, that's approximately $11,000 in revenue for running one contest and spending $97 on the Movers Mastermind. Woo! AJ will tell you, and he has told me, the value that he's gotten out of this Mover Mastermind is insane. And I believe Lenny would tell you the same thing because he's in my Movers Mastermind as well. Lenny's question. So again, if you want to go to the Movers Mastermind to know more information, here's the URL. Why are these things taking so long? Just drives me bonkers. It should just freaking show up. There it is. It finally showed up. Sorry, I get frustrated because there's something going on in Ecamm that is just not right. All right. So, Lenny's question, can you tag referrals to send a unique welcome email to a referral? Yes and no, Lenny. Inside of upViral directly, when a lead comes in, you do get to send a tag over to your autoresponder. But you do not get to say whether it's a referral or a direct lead. However, you can, depending upon what your autoresponder service is, take more. You can take the data out of upViral, say it's at the end of the week or end of the campaign or whenever, And inside the data from upViral, you can see the direct versus referred tag. And you could tag people by uploading the data into your autoresponder. Okay, they may need more nurturing than somebody familiar with the brand. Yes. There may be other ways of doing that as well. I'm going to try something. I don't think it works. Output. I don't think it works while this is running. Output. Options. No, I can't change it while it's running. The camera's not pulled back as far as it should be. It's kind of weird. Robin asks, can you use upViral with a chatbot? Does the moon rise every day, Robin? It's one of my trick questions. Does the moon rise every day? Lenny, Robin, does the moon rise every day? What's the answer to that? You may not see it, but it does rise every day. Can you use a chatbot? Yes. I'm going to go back here. There's multiple ways of doing that, Robin. Guy Smith in the upViral group is currently doing ManyChat on the front end to get people into a campaign. I've seen David Williams do it. I've seen other people do it. It is not something that I have gone into to learn how to do. But it's nothing more than getting people into your chatbot and then sending them a link and saying, hey, by the way, we're running a campaign. Here's the link. And they go sign up. There's that color problem again. Yes, you can do that. The other thing that you can do is just have them sign up in a regular way and create a custom action to send them over to your chatbot to get them interacting with you over there. So yes, you could do that. And Robin did say yes to the moon question. It does rise every day. Thank you very much. Lenny's question about tagging referrals versus direct. Could that automate with Zaps? No. Well, yes, but no. Not in the way you're thinking. There isn't any data that I'm aware of. So upViral can send a trigger, whether it's a webhook or a Zap. The trigger happens when somebody registers or when somebody signs up under a unique link, or when they've been cheating or they become a winner. So those are and you never ever send that last one. The referral or direct information does not come when that trigger happens when somebody registers. It's just not in the data. Stephen, bless your heart. I love you. Great question. Can upViral distinguish between first, second, third gen referrers? Meaning referred by referral by that. Does it do levels? The answer is yes and no. This is my common answer for today. Yes, the data is there. Absolutely. No, you can't see it in the upViral user interface. On the back end, as a campaign administrator, the only way you can see that data is when you extract the data via a report, or I'm sorry, not a report, when you do an export, you can create, and I keep swearing I'm going to do this, I just haven't done it yet, you can create, the data's there to create what I'd like to call a virtual impact, or maybe that's not the right word, but you could create a software routine that would go through the exported data and give you a list of how many people were referred through all levels to see what that person's impact was. So if Betty refers Stephen, and Betty's only referral is Stephen, but Stephen then turns around and refers 100 people, Betty really brought in 101 people, right? upViral doesn't show you that on the back end. Pardon me. upViral will show you Stephen, and if you go look at the data, you could see that Stephen had 100 referrals, but you got to mentally go look for that. There's not like a number that just simply says Betty's impact through all downlines is 101. I wish it did. And Lenny says, it sounds like a valuable feature. Absolutely, I would love to see that. Especially if you were doing something like we talked about in the Movers Mastermind a couple of months, whatever, some time ago, that Mike brought up the idea of, and we're going to use this eventually in AJ's campaign, of getting a group of people to battle. Robin asks, when do you show us how to create a new campaign from the beginning? In the Movers Mastermind, Robin, is where that happens. I am not going to show you anymore. I actually did that. And if you have followed me for a while, I posted that multiple times on my timeline, and you could actually access it on my website right now if you wanted to. But you have to go find it. I did a 2-hour campaign build from scratch last year. I did it multiple times. It's in the recordings. But no offense, Robin, if I show you how to do everything that I do, then why would anybody pay me to do anything? And I'm not going there anymore. I did, on the co-pilot show last week, built a campaign in 30 minutes. Just barely. Just made it in 30 minutes. Now, I had pre-built some of the materials, but I did go through the process, built the entire campaign in 30 minutes. Wasn't a highly complicated campaign. The key is in the preparation, though. It's not in going into the software and doing it. The key is in the preparation. The key is understanding what your market is. The key is understanding what the right product should be, what the right incentive should be. Those are all the keys. And over time, I have told you all that stuff. I've told you every bit of it. I've probably given you every tidbit of knowledge that I know, and it's all in the recordings somewhere. And you can get to most of those recordings in my free search, if you want to spend the time to go do it. And I actually have a button that will show you that. Where is it? Here it is. Let's see if this works. If you go to giveawayrocket.com/search free, I'll even show you. If I can get this to work. If I can get this to work. Come on. Alright, so we're going to go to Safari and we're going to do this. And we're going to go to giveawayrocket.com/search free. Oops. Here is the search tool. Now, there's technically going to be a pop-up for you that says, please give me your name and your email. In order to get to this, you have to give up your name and your email. I've already done that, so I don't have to see it. But all you have to do is come in here and do a search. Let's say we do complete build. Now you can scroll through here, and there's probably somewhere, but you know, there's a lot of, there are a heck of a lot of videos in here. But notice that this is powered by Searchy. It's astounding. Try the word penguin. I'm going to copy it because I don't want to type it, but I'll do this again. I'm going to put in penguin. Oops, I just did it again. Dang it. So now today's video will show up if you do the word search for the word penguin. So here I did a video on December 12th, and I said the word penguin. So if you click here, it will take you straight to the video, straight to the section where I said that word. And I know you're not hearing the words. There's also a search here, so you can search inside this particular video for specific phrases or keywords or whatever. Searchy is freaking awesome. So what's happening, just as a background, when I do a Facebook Live, it automatically gets ingested into Searchy, into this free search right that we're looking at right here. And later today, if you search for the word penguin, you will find today's video where I said the word penguin, and you can get right to this spot where I said penguin by doing a search. I said the word penguin too many times. But you can come in here and use Searchy, and that video automatically ingested into Searchy. It's uploaded, transcribed, because you saw in that particular thing that I showed you, there's a transcription over here. You can see the entire transcription of that video. There may be a couple of words off now, here and there, but it does a fantastic job of doing that. I did it again. If you're in a video, for example, the way I think I have it set up, you can also turn on captions so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you want to know more about Searchy, just click on this, and I will take you over there with my affiliate link. Please make sure you use my affiliate link because it's worth money to me. And one of the cool things about Searchy, I didn't mean to get on a rant about Searchy. One of the cool things about Searchy is if you buy Searchy, and by the way, I'll take you to pricing, you can start for as low as $29 a month. I happen to be on the business plan. I'm sorry, let me go to the monthly. It's still $29 a month? Huh. Even if on the monthly side? I'm on the business plan. And I grandfathered because I bought it at an older price. Neither here nor there. But one of the things that isn't listed here is that you're automatically an affiliate. And if you know somebody that would benefit from Searchy, and Searchy's got a feature coming out hopefully in September, maybe October, that is going to blow your mind. And all of my stuff will be moving over to this feature. But long story short, but they give you a 30% commission ongoing every month. So if Robin, when you sign up for Searchy under my affiliate link, I get 30% of what you're paying them. And then you're automatically an affiliate. So if you get 3 people to sign up, then your account's basically free, depending upon which price point they sign up, obviously. It all depends. If you get 3 people to sign up under the business plan, and you're on the business plan, then your account is basically free. So you're automatically an affiliate. I think that's an astoundingly great way to go. I mean, why wouldn't you go use this tool, start cataloging your videos, transcribing them, using them in your business? How do I also use them, by the way? Not only am I giving you a search engine that is a lead magnet, right? Because I'm asking you to give up your name and your email. So I'm putting you on my list. Obviously, you can unsubscribe. Why would I do that? But you could also go, for example, I'm going to go over to the blog. I think it's this one. I created a video that I have included in my blog, right? So there's something wrong with this particular video. I don't know what it is. But I grabbed the transcript from Searchy and I input it here in the blog. So all of the words that I say in this video are now SEO content. Long form SEO content. So it could, and I mentioned Google here, but Google is now indexing this page with not only the content that I started to put on the top of the page, but the video is here so people can watch the video, and the transcript is here. I didn't put the transcript here for people to read. I put it here for Google to read so that Google will see my keywords. Google will see upViral. Google will see campaign, tracking, all the stuff that's in here. It's very easy to do this stuff. It is very easy to do this stuff with Searchy. It is freaking mind-blowing, and it is going to change the world. So if you happen to want Searchy, by the way, there is a website, searchypro.com, which is my website. Also a place to buy Searchy, but there's another demo here. So note, I recorded this video. There's a transcript. People could search through that. It is powered by Searchy. It is hosted on Searchy's website. I am not using YouTube or any other player here. This is a hosted video on my Searchy page. There's a pop-out demo here, so you can do a search on your website. You can create, this is called a widget. You could put this widget on your website and encourage people to search your video or audio content, because it does also work for podcasts. If you're creating podcast content or audio content or video content, you need to be using Searchy. It is freaking insane. And you notice as I roll over this, down in the bottom corner down here, it's got my affiliate link. Again, you get 30% ongoing commission for signing people up to Searchy. You get 3.5 people to sign up and your account is free. So I see people complain, oh, it's $199 for the highest plan. All you got to do is show people this product. Why does it change the world? Great question, Robin. Well, for example, and I'm not using it in the best way yet. I'm growing into that. The folks that built Searchy, long story, are using this tool for their own video content. Long story. I won't go into all the details. They did a study and support questions dropped it says support questions dropped 80% by simply giving people the link to the video content for them to go search for their own answers. What I just did to you, Robin, was you asked me for a complete campaign build. I just handed you a place for you to go watch that video, but all you have to do is go search for it and give up your email address in order to gain access to that search. So I'm using it as a lead magnet to get you to go get your own answers to the questions. There are over 100 videos in that repository of free content from me right now. What it is doing, and it's going to move forwards, but it's basically, I have created a search engine, a Google-esque or a YouTube-esque search engine for my content. Now, if you go to, I'm going to go to YouTube, right? YouTube.com. Who knows what's going to show up here? But when you do a search up here, what are you searching for? I'm going to search for upViral. This search is only looking in keywords. It's only looking in the description. It is not looking in the content for Wilco. Now, even if you go over to Wilco's channel, you can do a search. There is a search. You can search inside of his content. You can search. I guess I have to make it smaller. You can search and type in, and you're not going to find Mitch. Now, it showed you a video, but I think he's only got one video, doesn't he? Or does he have others? I don't know. It showed you a video. Maybe it did, but it's not searching inside of Wilco's content. It's not searching the text, I don't believe. But imagine you having a page that looks just like this, which is what I was talking about earlier, is coming, to have your own search engine of all of your content that looks very much like this. And I could say to people, all right, I've given you the widget, right, where we went in and searched for the word PENGUIN, and we found it. But that's only this tiny little search function, What if you had a user front end like this with all of your videos, and you could actually turn it into a membership site, and you could turn it into a search engine, and people could come into your content and search only your content. You have your own search engine. Down to the word. People, even when I searched for Mitch, right? It gave me this. And if somehow it found my name, maybe I commented or something. I don't know where. Maybe it's searching comments. I don't think he said the word Mitch inside there, but maybe he did. Maybe it's over here in the chat replay. But it doesn't take you directly to that spot like the search engine does. It takes you right to the spot where that word was said or phrase. There's nothing like it on the planet. It's going to change the world. The other thing that I continue to, but imagine this page was all of your home videos. I have a box, you can't see it, but over in that cabinet, I have a box of home videos. And we never pull those out because they're in a box and I have to have a player to play them. But imagine I took the time to upload all those to Searchy, and all of the words that were spoken in our family videos. And by the way, you can tag things, so when you bring it up into Searchy, you can put tags on it. You could put date tags. You could put vacation names or whatever. But nobody searches that content. Nobody even plays that content because they don't have a way to get to the spot. Oh, I remember this time. Do you remember when Maddie, my daughter's name, when she talked to her sister about giving up that dollar? There's a funny story that we all remember in this family, but we can never go to that video. Imagine having all of your video content where you can get right to a specific instance of something. It's unheard of. That's why it changes the world. That's why it changes the world. And if you had a player front end like this that has playlists, which Searchy has, it has the search widgets that Searchy has, it has the transcripts that you can download. It's insane what Searchy does. People just don't know about it yet. People just don't know about it yet. But that's why I created Searchy Pro. Because I want people, when they start looking for it, to find me, to find my website. I also created another one. I'll give you a little tip. Oops. Now, this is ugly, right? I just created this a week ago. I have not formatted it or anything, but when I'm talking about YouTube, or imagine Netflix, right? Netflix has this layout where you have the video front end and you have all this stuff, so you could go through and just pick videos that look appealing, right? Imagine this kind of a layout for your content, Robin. Only your content. It would be on your site that would look very much like this. It's only your content, and it's completely 100% indexed. And in reality, I have to do nothing. Like I said, I'm going to create a page for all of these Facebook videos. Facebook doesn't have anything like this. That will have all of my free Facebook videos where I come on and do this preaching at you. Look somewhat like this. They're calling it a hub. Imagine putting a $10 a month price tag on the front of that to be able to make that into a membership site, which I'm going to do. It's not going to be free for long. I'm going to ask for $10 a month or 20 or something to get to my content, because I got all the answers. You guys know I have all the answers, and you know I've talked about all the answers. And it's all right there at your fingertips. But imagine taking your content and having a YouTube or a Netflix-like user interface. That's what Searchy Hubs are going to be. And I've just put this website up, and it doesn't have any content yet, or it's just got a little blurb to talk about it, because they haven't released it yet. They just talked about it a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before was Tribe Live. And Stu and his team, the people that are building this, teased that Searchy Hubs are coming. So I jumped on it. I reserved the domain searchyhubs.com. It was available. I grabbed it. And this is already Googled in the top spot in Google. If you go, pardon me, search for Searchy Hubs, at least it was yesterday, searchyhubs.com. Yes! I'm in the right spot. I don't know if I've ever been number one on Google, but it is not a keyword that's getting a lot of hits yet. But if I can get 30% of people that are searching for Searchy Hubs to buy Searchy Hubs, or to buy Searchy through my affiliate link, I'm going to have some good residual income. Okay, so the cat's out of the bag. I had really talked about this before. You pulled it out of me. But, so that's, when I say this is going to change the world, Robin, this is the kind of stuff that I think is going to, I mean, just imagine if you go to Searchy Hubs or Giveaway Rocket Hub, and you have access to all that stuff in a searchable widget. But people look at that searchable widget and they're like, what do I type in? I know, I get it. But if you could see row after row after row of videos with titles, and maybe there's a way of doing a word cloud, which I'd like to see. But people could come in and start searching for their answers. Now they see me with all of these answers, and they go, well, this guy's an expert. And I know this is ugly. I have not made time to go fix this. It's a default template. It's not pretty yet. But my key was that I wanted the content up there such that Google would start seeing it. And I have already made it to the top search spot for Searchy Hubs. Yay me. So that's Searchy. Hopefully that makes sense, Robin. Hopefully you're now excited about it. If you've got content that is either video or even a podcast. I mean, think about the people that are doing podcasts, and they're audio podcasts, okay? But maybe they're video on YouTube as well. But imagine a podcast, and I know, like, why I can't come up with his name, but EO Fire, right? The guy that runs Entrepreneur on Fire podcast that has 2,000 episodes. Nobody goes to try to find the back episodes because he does an episode every day. But I happen to know that he had Tracy Williams, I don't know, some person on his podcast. And imagine that he had this on his website, and every one of those things was there, and all somebody had to do would be to type in the search for Mitch or Tracy or whatever. Steven says, on a shoestring, Office 365 Word offers unlimited real-time transcripts for about $7 per month. Cheaper for a family, $6. All manual from that point, however. If you've got the scratch, Searchy is the way. Yes. I absolutely agree. There are gobs of different ways of doing a transcript. And as you say, it's all manual. I'm paying my subscription to Searchy because I bought it before it was in beta. It's $97 a month. So I have the $199 plan. Paying $97 a month. I have 4 people already subscribed, so it's free to me. Doesn't cost me anything to use it. Because I've got people to sign up. Now, not everybody's going to convince people to sign up, but the more entrepreneurs that see about Searchy. Now, you talked about levels. I really wish, Stephen, that Searchy's affiliate program was a multi-level program, because if I got you to sign up and then you got people to sign up and I got, say, 5% of all of that, now we're talking. But I don't think that's going to happen. But even so, if you signed up for the most expensive plans, $200 a month, and you get 3 other people to sign up for that same plan, it's free. It's virtually free to you for life. Once people are on Searchy, they're not going to quit. People don't quit YouTube voluntarily. They stay there. Now, granted, YouTube's free, okay? YouTube is free. I'm not arguing against that, but they don't give you great transcriptions. They don't give you automatic uploads. They don't extract stuff from Facebook, Vimeo, all kinds of different... Zoom. Here's the other one. Let's suppose you're a coach, and you do coaching sessions, and people pay you to do coaching sessions. Imagine you have a separate hub for every client. And every Zoom meeting that you have automatically gets uploaded in the background for you, and you give them access to all of their videos that they are completely searchable. Light bulb going off in your head? I mean, if you're a coach and you have multiple clients, this is like brilliant stuff. All you got to do is get on Zoom, have that ingested. The only thing you have to do is then go over to searching and go, well, this is Steven, and put him in this account versus Paul, who's in that account, right? Or not account, widget. And guess what? You can do this for clients. You could create a searchy hub for your clients and get paid for it. You want another way to pay for this? They're not going to do an agency program. They are okay with you doing this, selling this as a service to clients. Is your mind blown yet? They are also using, they don't have their own search transcription engine. They're using one of the best on the market. I don't remember which one it is. I don't remember whether it's rev.com's transcription or something else. I don't know that they've really said, but it's really accurate. And you can add your own keywords to it, like I added upViral. Once I added upViral, it started transcribing that word better. Anyway, we got way off topic. Way off topic. Sorry about that. I tend to get really excited about Searchy. Don't you? Don't you notice? All right. Anybody have any other questions about Searchy or upViral or building your list after I've rambled on and on and on? That's the other part of my content library, is that I speak too much about stuff. Anybody have any other questions? Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow on the Copilot Show. I'm pausing long enough that people can show up. Wednesday is campaign review day. So tune in this same time on Wednesday. Tomorrow is the Copilot Show. Tomorrow we are going to talk about custom actions, as a matter of fact. So make sure you tune in on Monday and Wednesday for my live shows. Join us over on the Movers Mastermind. Robin, you are welcome. It was great. I'm always great, Robin. I'm always great. I appreciate you showing up and asking questions. Always happy to answer questions and put them in my Searchy library. And we will talk to you again tomorrow on the Copilot Show, Wednesday on the show right here to do a campaign review, and whenever else I show up. But my movers are meeting tomorrow and Friday, and we will see all of those people to learn and grow their business. You should be there. Giveawayrocket.com/join for more information. Giveawayrocket.com/join. We will catch you on